My name is Melvin Hines. I am originally from South Georgia, a town called Albany. My parents had a pretty significant influence on my education. It was something that was always very important to them. There were a lot of people in my high school that didn't have those same opportunities. A lot of people that didn't have people that were pushing them. Out of my class of 250, there were only 68 of us that actually graduated. When I found out that I was going to be admitted to UGA, it was such a big deal in my hometown that they wrote it up in the newspaper. I mean, it was a really big deal. And then when I got to UGA, I found that a lot of my friends and classmates that were from areas like Atlanta, for example, were choosing UGA as their fallback school. It was one of those moments where you really start to think, how is it that people who live in the same state can have such different opportunities just based on where they live? After University of Georgia, I went to Duke University for law school. My classmates were all descendants of people who had gone to Duke and Harvard and Yale and so many other schools that were like that. They knew the process in and out. And it took me a while to fit in with that. It was a really interesting experience. It actually gave me the opportunity to connect with a lot of luminaries in the education space. One of them actually happened to be an amazing woman that was the dean of North Carolina Central University's law school. And she offered me the opportunity to be able to connect with first-year law students. I think that what I liked about North Carolina Central was that there were a lot of students that looked and felt like me. They were students that were also the first in their family to try and take on such a rigorous pursuit. And I really wanted to be able to help them to be able to pursue that. And that is, I think, why Upswing spoke so much to me, because I wanted to be able to do this not just with the 30 students that were in my class at a given time, but with thousands and hundreds of thousands of students. And fortunately, that's one of the things that we've been able to do here at Upswing. Nearly half of all the people who work at Upswing, for example, have attended community colleges. Over half of the people who work at Upswing are minorities. That wasn't on purpose, but because of how we've created Upswing and because of what we wanted to do with Upswing, I think there was a lot of self-selection that occurred. And I think that's why Upswing is good for colleges, for students of color, for HBCUs, for HSIs. It's because I think we get it, So many of us are first generation. So many of us here have dealt with seeing, more of our fellow classmates drop out than persist. Right now we have, around 40 HBCUs and HSIs that work with us. And I think that that's no accident. I don't think that it is an accident that so many of them see the way in which we operate as being uniquely beneficial to their students. And I think that, as we continue to grow as a company, we're going to continue to keep those values and our mission aligned so that HBCUs, HSIs, and other colleges who enroll large minority populations will begin to see our benefits as well.